Hey guys, Sophia here with turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2022 IFBB Pro League Rising Phoenix Arizona Pro, all the women's events. There is so much to talk about. This was a huge show, one of the biggest shows of the year. Extremely exciting. Let's get to it. And I've got a few more recaps still coming your way. It has been just wild this whole half of the year. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Now, in terms of Olympia, there's two separate contests happening here. The Rising Phoenix, which is the women's bodybuilding, is tier 1, so they get a lot of points. And then the other divisions are the Arizona Pro, which is a tier 4 contest. So the winner qualifies, 2nd through 5th receive the points you see there, and then at the end of the qualification period, which is literally in a matter of days, the top 3 in all these divisions get to go to Olympia. So exciting. So we're going to begin with the pro bodybuilders. This is so cool. In first place was Andrea, second, Mela, third, Michaela, fourth, Leah, and fifth, Mona. So here's Mona in 5th place. I think she looks fantastic. We haven't seen her in the top 5 since last year's Olympia, where she did so well. And I think she looks amazing. She's got this beautiful pink suit. Her lipstick looks great. Her X frame is really easy to see. I think she looks super full, great round quad sweep, really a lot of size, nice tight small waist, and great V-taper. I notice she's made some good progress on her lats, particularly like right in this area where they kind of attach to her body. Over here, there was more of like a roundness and then an attaching. And then here, it's like this beautiful smooth curve. So I think she's put on some mass like right in this part. That's so cool. It looks amazing. I also think her legs look bigger, right? Like just overall, she looks really full, really fantastic. The conditioning was maybe a bit easier to see here at the Olympia. I love how much detail we got, but I still think she looks fantastic, and it was a fantastic 5th place for her. Okay, next and 4th is Leah. She looks amazing. My gosh, she's so grainy and vascular. She just looks wicked, really cool. Her conditioning is fantastic. You got all kinds of detail in her legs, nice abs, beautiful arms, just so much vascularity. She looks really, really ripped and awesome, super lean. She's got a great shape, lovely posing. I like how she has her leg out to the side. It gives her extra width in the bottom to really match the top. So you notice that X super easily. I feel like her suit bottom could be a little bit more of a triangular shape. Like I like how high the straps come up on the side, but I wonder if they couldn't come down lower before connecting up to the side. I don't know. Maybe you'll see what I mean in the lineup. I do feel like they're a little bit hugging on her hips rather than creating that long triangular shape. But overall, I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. A fantastic 4th. Okay, here's Michaela in 3rd place. Man, she has so much size. She's got this short torso and huge lats and huge legs. So she really looks condensed. She looks really big. She's just spectacular. This is what I mean by a little bit more of that triangular shape in the suit, right? It just comes down a bit lower. So it just, I don't know, it just makes your eye really notice the X. That's how I feel about it anyway. I love her vacuum. Her waist looks so tiny and trim, paper thin. The size on her sweep is really spectacular. Again, I feel like the definition was maybe easier to see at this last show, the Atlanta Pro. You saw really crisp lines, particularly, for example, right here. I'm not quite seeing it as well, but I still think she's got an incredible shape, really so much mass. Definitely she stands out on stage just for the size of the muscles on her frame. So she looks beautiful. Okay, Mela in 2nd place. Fabulous. She looks so elegant. She's got such a gorgeous flow to the way that she poses. She looks silky and smooth, like a dancer. I think she looks absolutely beautiful. Really tiny waist, beautiful lats. Her V-taper is just gorgeous. Massive muscles in her arms, just lovely curves, Beautiful legs. I really like with her knee pointing more up rather than the knee pointing more forward. I think you get a great view of the sweep of her quads that way. Example here in the Romania, she was doing it as well. I do again prefer the conditioning of the Romania. I think you saw a little bit more feathering, but you still have some beautiful definition in her legs. I think overall she looks really fantastic. And I love the orange suit. It's great. She can do no wrong with color. I think she looks fantastic. All right. And now in first place is Andrea. My gosh, she is literally perfection. Her X stands out like nobody else's. She's so balanced between the amount of size she has on the top of her V and the amount of size she has on the bottom of that X. So it's just such a fantastic shape. Her torso is beautiful. It's the exact perfect length to really allow you to see the V taper, to see the leanness and the smallness in her waist, and then to show off the legs. She's got so much size and curve to the inside of her legs, beautiful definition in her quads, feathering, detail, just fantastic. I like how much sheen there was at the Olympia. So maybe my comments on the conditioning has a lot to do with lighting and just the photo, but still, I definitely feel like we could see a lot more of that 3D-ness because of how glossy she was here. But she still looks incredible. I love her shape, and it's easy to spot that X in the lineup. Okay, so here is everyone side by side. Do you see what I mean about Andrea and her X frame? She doesn't have to twist. She doesn't have to vacuum. She doesn't have to contort or do anything to try to look good. She just stands there in her front pose and looks spectacular. It looks so easy and natural for her. I think her conditioning stands out. Her abs look perfect, absolute perfect symmetry, beautiful size to her legs, great sweep. She's got a smoothness to her skin. I just think she looks fantastic. It's a really impressive top 5. Everybody in this lineup is a top bodybuilder. And once again, Andrea takes the cake. And from behind, I really noticed Michaela here. I think she's got an amazing size, and her conditioning is crazy from behind. Her glutes are so striated. But Andrea stands out because of the shape of her glutes. She's got a lot of size. They're perfectly outlined. Great tie-in area, really beautiful sweep to her legs. You've got definition coming down in her hamstrings. And I also really like how 3D and full the muscles look, particularly in the top of her back. Her delts are so easy to see. And it's that frame of the X that just looks so aesthetically pleasing and beautiful. So my eyes drawn to her. I think it was a gorgeous win. So in terms of Olympia, Andrea was already qualified, Mela was already qualified, Michaela was already qualified, Leah has 11, and Mona has 19. Okay, so now moving on to the Arizona Pro, and this is now Pro Fitness. In first place was Tara, second Sally, third Karina, fourth Michelle, and fifth Jasmine. And what's really exciting, it doesn't happen often, Tara came in first place for her physique and for her routine. So it was an easy win for her. She had a great score. She did a fantastic job. So here's Jasmine in fifth place. I love her upper body. Her lats are so big. Her delts are so big. She's got so much size. She looks extremely wide, really full, just a great V-taper. Plus her waist is tiny. So I think she's got fantastic shape, particularly in the upper part of her body. I think she could definitely have more size on the bottom just to match that amazingness up top. And, the flat shoes are okay, but I still think she could come up higher on this back toe just to really engage the quad and create that really pretty shape with the bent leg. But man, super impressed by her upper body. I think she looks amazing. Maybe a little more conditioning too, just to show off a bit more of that detail. But overall, fantastic. Next is Michelle in fourth place. She looks amazing. Really nice posing. I think this is my favorite pose for Michelle. I like that she's got the bent leg in front. It's very pretty, but it also shows off the curve of her glute and the really nice hourglass shape. So you notice how wide she is up top, small she is in the middle, and that beautiful round curve on the back. I also like that it's not too casual looking. Like I felt at the Tampa, it wasn't as deliberate as this. I don't know. I feel like she just looks really poised, really professional, kind of falling in line with what the other ladies are doing. And I think it looks really beautiful. I like the bent leg even more than the straight leg here, like what we saw at Chicago. So I think she looks really good. It's just a very beautiful, proportionate way to showcase her gorgeous small waist and her beautiful size, both above and below. Conditioning, for sure. I think she could have had more detail showing, if that groove could have been even deeper, outlining her quad, a little bit more ab. But still, I think she looked fantastic, and it was a really good 4th place. Okay, here's Karina in 3rd. Beautiful. Man, do I ever notice the size in her legs. Her hamstrings look fantastic. I think this pose is really good. Her legs look sensational. Clearly, I think she's put on some size. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful round glute, particularly at the bottom. She could definitely have a little bit more roundness up at the top up here, but overall, I'm super impressed by her legs. That sweep looks amazing. I love her green suit. I love her dark hair. I think she looks really beautiful, really polished. She could maybe have a little bit more size in those shoulders, a bit more roundness and fullness to really match with that amazing lower body, but overall, beautiful. A great 3rd place. Next in 2nd place is Sally. Oh, she looks so beautiful. I absolutely adore the way she holds her front foot. It just looks so dainty and pretty and really shows off the beautiful curves in her calves that you see a little bit of the hamstring here. Her glute looks amazing. She looks really lovely. Her stomach is nice and tight, nice small waist, and beautiful wide upper body. I think she looks really good. Her hair has a lovely little flip by her eyes to really draw your eye to her smile. She looks beautiful. It's a lovely suit color too. Overall, very pretty, very feminine, just gorgeous. I think conditioning could have been a bit more, I like to see when the delts have a little bit more of that outline, maybe some 6-pack showing through, a bit more of the detail in her legs, outlining the quads. But I still think her shape looks fantastic. Love the posing and just love how much of a curve we're seeing in this back. So I think she looked great. And now in 1st place is Tara. Amazing. She's got fantastic size, fantastic conditioning, great abs, a lot of detail in her quads. I love all these grooves up here in her hip. And man, she's got a really nice full round size to her glutes. She looks super muscular. She's got a great V-taper and really large, beautiful delts. And what's also nice is not only does she have nice delts, she's got a nice amount of curve in her arms as well. So she looks really balanced. Her posing looks really professional, really poised. She's just kind of nailing it and just looks amazing. It's a beautiful suit. What more can I say? I think she looked really good. Now, in the lineup, beautiful. I really noticed Jasmine and Sally for their small waists. Extremely impressive. I noticed Tara for her 6-pack. The ab muscles look amazing. I also noticed her legs. She's got great detail coming through and really nice size. I think Karina has a beautiful sweep, really beautiful lower body in particular. Michelle, man, she's got amazing size, really large legs, really large upper body as well. Just missing some of that detail coming through that we see on Tara. And then from behind, definitely drawn to Tara here. I think she's got some beautiful 3D quality to her back. You really notice this triangle here. Her delts are really shining. She's got a lot of mass in her lats. I noticed Sally's V-taper looks really quite spectacular from behind. Tara, you're seeing some good definition in her adductors, some nice roundness in her sweep, and overall a really nice round shape to her glutes, and you have a good amount of definition on the bottom of her glutes as well. So I think that really puts her over the edge. She's got some size, she's got some good lines, but overall it was still a really fantastic top 5 for fitness. Now in terms of Olympia, Tara was already qualified. Sally has 7, Karina has 14, Michelle has 20, and Jasmine has 6. Okay, pro figure. In first place, Autumn. Second, Ashley. Third, Corey. Fourth, Nikki. And fifth, Osiris. So here's Osiris in fifth. She also got second in the Masters 40 Plus at this show. Super impressive. I think she looks amazing. She's got a fantastic V-taper, a really small waist. I love how flat and smooth her lower belly is. Really impressive. Nice obliques. Just absolutely beautiful definition here. A lot of great definition in the bottom of her quads. I wish it came up a little bit more, that you could see a bit more detail in the higher part of her legs, but she's got beautiful roundness and fullness in the inside of her thighs. For sure, I think she could have more calf just to balance out with those gorgeous quads. But overall, I think she looks amazing. It's a great suit. Love her lipstick. A beautiful fifth. All right, next is Nikki in fourth place. Gosh, I love her suit. It's such a pretty color. It's like a cranberry and it's so beautiful. It looks great with the lipstick. I love the swirl design as well. Those white crystals really draw your eye to her lats. Looks amazing. I love her conditioning. I think you've got a lot of great detail all the way from her kneecap all up to the top of her suit, right? It looks just fantastic. Beautiful definition in her abs, an amazing amount of size in those delts, matches perfectly with the lats and creates such a gorgeous V-taper. I think she's got a really nice X shape overall and fantastic calves. I think her calves are a great match. She's got beautiful curves both in the lower body and in the lower part of her leg and the upper part of her leg. So I'm super impressed by Nikki. I think she looks fantastic. Next is Carrie in third place, and she actually got first in the 40 plus, so very good show for her. She also has a really impressive V-taper. I notice her lats. I notice her really large delts. Beautiful, round, big size. I think she looks really good, and she's posing really nice too. I like how level her shoulders are here. I like that she's got hair. Even though it's pulled back behind her ear, it still fills in part of her frame. On this picture, when all of the hair was on this side, it does throw off the symmetry a little bit, right? Like you see just a little bit too much of this shoulder compared to this one. But because we have hair falling on both sides of her back here, I think it looks tremendous. So to me, it's a small, subtle little detail, but it does matter and it looks amazing. She did a great job. I think her conditioning is lovely. You got a lot of detail coming through on her legs in particular. The fit of her suit is fantastic. I love this triangular shape. And man, she's got a really smooth, flat stomach. Looks great. I wouldn't mind if a bit more of the six-pack was showing through, but otherwise, fantastic. Okay, Ashley in second place. Holy smokes, her conditioning was crazy. A lot of detail coming through, particularly in those legs. Like, man, really, really detailed. Perhaps I'll come back to it when we're in the back pose. But overall, I really like how much detail you're seeing here in her, up by her ribs. She's got a beautiful V-taper. Her suit is gorgeous. I love how she's really put the triangles close together on top. It really allows you to see the shape of her lats and her V-taper overall. I think she looks tremendous. I probably would have kept the heels together, but put the toes a little more out to have even more sweep showing off of her legs to really balance with her upper body. But I think she looks incredible. It's a really impressive physique. And now in first place is Autumn. Oh, this makes me so happy. We've been seeing Autumn so much and always in the top 5, but never quite in the top position. So I think I squealed when I saw the scorecard that she had won. I'm extremely excited for her, working so hard and doing so amazingly well. She looks beautiful every single show. This show in particular, I think her conditioning looks amazing. You've got a little bit of feathering happening in the quads, great detail. You see that beautiful teardrop shape, detail all the way up into her hips. Her abs are perfectly symmetrical with great definition, a lovely fullness in her upper body, and just that gorgeous X shape. And then her hair, her makeup, her posing is perfection. Here's a little bit of a closer view. You can really just see how confident, how poised. She just looks really good, really showing off that X frame, and she's got wonderful balance. Now here's everybody side by side. Amazing V-tapers. I think everybody looks really spectacular. Osiris, I think she could totally play with the fit of her bottoms. I definitely prefer this more triangular shape where the straps come into the body rather than out. I think that creates more width in the hips, whereas this creates a more slender look to the waist. But everybody looks amazing. Some beautiful legs, great size on Corey's legs, great definition in Nikki's ab muscles, beautiful fullness in Autumn, particularly in her upper body. I think Ashley has amazing conditioning, really, really ripped looking. It's extremely impressive. Now, from behind, this is what I was going to say about Ashley. I almost feel like she might have too much definition in her back, showing off so much detail, whereas Autumn has a bit more fullness and roundness to her muscles in her back. I think that makes Autumn look a little bit more vibrant. She just looks a bit more round, more 3D, and I think it looks really good. I think Autumn really kind of nailed the conditioning. So you see adductor muscles, for example, with both lady, but with Autumn's, she just looks like those adductors are really popping out of her body and really full and round. I think Ashley has an amazing, beautiful roundness to the outside shape of her glutes. Autumn has beautiful shape as well. You got a great groove here in the right through her glute. Beautiful conditioning. Corey has nice size as well. Same with Nikki. Even Osiris. All of these women have really beautiful size in their quads. But I think Autumn somehow had a really nice balance between having the lines showing but having a fullness as well. So overall, amazing. So in terms of Olympia, Autumn is now qualified. Ashley has 4, Corey has 3, Nikki has 2, and Osiris has 1. Okay, Pro Bikini. In first place, Jordan. Second, Lana. Third, Deanna. Fourth, Chantel. And fifth, Marissa. So here's Marissa in 5th place in this beautiful royal blue bikini. It is so pretty. It looks great with her hair. I love the curl in her beautiful platinum blonde hair. She just looks gorgeous. I would prefer, though, if it was behind her shoulder just so that we could see the shape of her delt a little better. But this delt looks absolutely beautiful. Great round shape. Really nice fullness in her upper body. She's got some perfectly chiseled obliques, a lovely groove here in her hip, nice outline to her quad, and nice size to her quads as well. She's got some beautiful development. I think she's got some great roundness and fullness to her muscles. I wouldn't mind if she had a bit more roundness to this part of the glute right here. She's got a nice small waist and a beautiful hourglass overall, but I do feel like it's a slope to her glute rather than like a big full roundness. So that's something I would definitely work on, but overall I think she looks really beautiful and it was a fantastic 5th. Okay, next is Chantel in 4th in a lovely green suit. It's almost a limey green. It's very vibrant. It looks great with her dark hair. I think she's got some lovely size in her legs. I love this sweep in her quad here. Beautiful groove in her hip. Really nice chiseled oblique. Nice small waist. Really quite a large lat. It looks really nicely balanced with her glute. She's got a beautiful delt, but I do feel like she could have a bit more curve in the muscles in her arms. She's got, she almost has a petiteness to her upper body that doesn't quite match with the lat. So I think she could definitely put on a little bit more curviness in the arms, and that would take it to the next level for me. But overall, I think she looks really beautiful, and it was a fantastic 4th. Okay, next is Deanna in 3rd place. We've seen her a few times in the top 5 before. She looks beautiful, super tiny waist. My goodness, particularly in the back pose, you really notice how minuscule she is in her torso. Just absolutely petite, really small. She's got some nice definition in her quads down by her kneecaps. You really notice her obliques here. But I do somehow feel that in previous shows, Deanna looked a bit more vibrant. I think here she was standing up a little taller. She had a bit more roundness and fullness in her delts. Here I'm not seeing that fullness or the roundness. She just looks a little bit more straight. I got a little bit more of a curve coming through on her quads, whereas here, again, a little bit more straight. So I think, maybe she could just use a bit more of a pump up, a bit more fullness, and just to stand up a bit more confidently, to really pull those shoulders back and get that arm into a position so we notice the beautiful roundness in her delts. But overall, I still think she looked amazing. She has a particularly great back pose, and it was a fantastic third for her. Okay, next in second place is Lana. This is another athlete we're seeing over and over again in the top 5. And, when you look at the progression of her posing from that very first show, I think her posing is getting even better. I'm not crazy about how far out her arm is here, but it is just a photo, right? So it could have come down moments later. I think she's getting a nice curve to her back, so you're really seeing that hourglass shape. She's got beautiful roundness to the top of her glute here. I'll zoom in on the picture in a second. But one thing that I did find is that from a conditioning standpoint, I don't think her waist looked as small as it has in the past. Like even if we look up here, which is the girl power show, I think she looked a little tighter in her midsection. So definitely not the most conditioned we've seen her, but still overall she's got a beautiful shape, nice hourglass, and she looks very lovely. I love the red suit with the red lip. Okay, so here's a little bit closer. Great shape to her glute. Really nice roundness and fullness. And now in first place is Jordan, again in first. She is doing unbelievably well. I notice her tight, very small waist. She's so flat and smooth in her midsection. Her obliques look amazing. And show to show, her conditioning is fantastic. You get that groove coming down her hip, really showing off the roundness to the inside part here on the outside of her leg, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This lovely curve right there. She also has beautiful detail down by her kneecaps and always, right? Just really nails that conditioning. I think she's got a fantastic shape to her glute as well. So the curve of her back ends right at the top of her suit and goes immediately into glute. And it's a beautiful round shape right from the strap of her suit. It looks amazing. And then she's got this beautiful roundness in the delts with that little bit of detail showing off the bottom. She's got some nice round and fullness in her biceps and triceps. So overall, she's just got like a balance between shoulder and arm, a balance between shoulder and lat, really tiny waist, and then a great balance between the upper and the lower. And then even her legs have nice round fullness and great proportion to the glutes. So overall, she's just got a fantastic look. Her posing is amazing, beautiful hair. She's got this vibrancy and so much life in the way she smiles and the way she poses. I think she's amazing. Here's a little bit closer look. I love the color of her suit. It's such a signature color for her, and it looks amazing. Okay, side by side, Jordan stands out. Her posing is so good. Her shoulders are back, her chest is up, her ribs are up, her lat is out, her waist is so tiny, and her glute is just amazing. So you have such a gorgeous hourglass shape. When we look at Deanna beside her, you don't quite see that same curviness. Lana has a beautiful curve for sure, but Jordan is just standing so tall, so proud, so, like she knows she's winning. She's just doing amazing. Then from behind, man, Jordan's waist and Deanna's waists really stand out to me for just how teeny tiny they are. I cannot get over the triangular shape that Jordan has in her upper body to her glutes. Just the most amazing hourglass shape. I think Lana doesn't quite have that smallness in her waist that you see with Jordan. Now, it could be posing. Perhaps she could pop the glute a bit more and create even more of an arch in her back to really try to narrow the waist. But another thing she could do, for sure, she could have more fullness in the hair like Deanna has that comes lower in that triangular shape to create even more of an illusion of a triangular shape with the top being really broad and the bottom being more narrow. But besides that, I think Jordan has some amazing size to the top and sides. Right up here, I think her glutes stand out just for how full and round they are in this top area. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful definition to her adductors. Really nice detail in her tie-ins. She nailed it. Okay. In terms of Olympia, Jordan was already qualified. Lana has 26, Deanna has 5, Chantel has 2, and Marissa has 4. Okay, pro women's physique. In first place, Antoinette. Second, Melissa. Third, Elizabeth. Fourth, Chelsea. And fifth, Diana. So here's Diana in 5th place, and I think she looked so good. She's got amazing conditioning. Her legs look like paper thin skin. You see so much detail in those quad muscles all the way up into her hips. She's got lovely definition in her abs. You've got the 6-pack coming through, really nice shape in her V-taper. Gorgeous suit. Love the lipstick. I think her posing shows off that X frame really well. I just think she looks fantastic. I got nothing negative to say. It's a great look for her. Okay, Chelsea in 4th place. First of all, her suit choices are amazing. So vibrant and just absolutely beautiful. The design, the color, the ombre, the gradient, it's just fantastic. I also love her hair. She's got so much volume. It's like a supermodel hair. I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. She's got beautiful lats, really broad upper body, nice, smooth, flat stomach with great detail by her obliques in particular. I think her glutes look amazing, even in this front pose. And man, does she ever have an amazing amount of size in her legs, both on the inside and the outside. Great sweep, nice definition. I think she's posing really well. She looks amazing. I think at the Omaha, she was a little bit more sideways, like her belly button is maybe a bit more at a 45-degree angle. And I think that does make her waist look smaller. Here she's facing a little bit more towards the front, and you get a bit more of the broadness of her torso rather than that illusion, the optics of a very cinched in tiny waist. So I would definitely keep it more like how she posed here at the Omaha with a bit more of a side profile, but it could just be the angle of the photographer based on where she is and the judges and all that. So overall, I think she looks amazing. A fantastic 4th. Okay, Elizabeth in 3rd place. Beautiful. Love the suit. Love the lipstick. I always love her hair with the bangs. Her jewelry looks beautiful. Her posing is amazing. Her biceps look like they are so well defined, just popping out of her arms. Beautiful lats. Just a great size. Her abs look fantastic. Lovely sweep to the top of her quads and great detail as well. And I love the fit of her suit and the color. I think it is a gorgeous contrast with her skin, and it fits her so well. It comes up nice and high. It comes down beautifully into a V shape. So it just gives even better, it gives you such a good view to see the X. I think she looks really incredible. It was a really good look for her. Maybe she could have even more size in her legs. Can I say that? I think she's got so much beautiful width up top that when I look at this back leg, I wish there was a little bit more of that like really exaggerated curve to the sweep, particularly up in this part. But I think she's amazing, and a 3rd was fantastic. Okay, Melissa in 2nd. Okay, do you see what I mean about leg? Oh my gosh, Melissa has so much size. Her quad sweep is sensational. But not only does she have a lot of size in her quad, like right from her hip, she also has a lot of size on the inside. I think this curve is just gorgeous. What a great, beautiful curvy shape she has. So much size. She really stands out on stage for the amount of mass she has. She also has these perfectly symmetrical, beautiful abs, great V-taper, and she's posing in a way that makes the X like impossible to ignore. You see so much width up top, tiny waist, and just an amazing amount of size on bottom. I love it. Now, I do think the conditioning was a tiny bit better at Texas. You could see, like, for example, this line is so deep, whereas here it's just a little bit less clear, but I'm talking a hair, just a hair more conditioning would have really taken it to the next level for me. The other thing I noticed is her suit is beautiful, great color, fits her really nicely. However, it's a different cut on the bottom. Like here, it's more of a swoop, whereas at the Texas Pro, it was more of a triangle. And I think I liked the sharpness of the triangle better than the swoop. I think, again, it's that illusion of the V that the triangle helps to create, whereas this is more like a U, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I am nuts to be so focused on the shape of the bottoms, but I do think it makes a difference. Do you agree? Let me know. Anyway, I think she did absolutely amazing. I'm so impressed by her size. Okay, Antoinette in first place. Amazing. Her conditioning is beautiful. I love the detail. I love the feathering. I love how like this teardrop shape is completely outlined. It looks gorgeous. Beautiful sweep. She's got this smoothness in her skin. She's not too vascular. Really tiny waist. Great six pack. An amazing lat spread. Just gorgeous. Really full delts. I love how round they are and how high they come up. She's got a lot of attention to detail. Her suit is vibrant and she's matching it with her nails on her manicure, on her pedicure, her lipstick. It's beautiful. I love that. I think she's got a lot of personality shining through. Her conditioning really stands out to me. And again, the X shape really looks amazing. Okay, side by side, holy smokes. I'm drawn to Melissa for the size. Her legs really, really are eye-catching. Particularly, if we look at everybody one leg at a time, I think Chelsea has a beautiful amount of size, but Melissa has the size and the conditioning to really show off the detail. Definitely, she even has larger legs than Antoinette, but Antoinette has an extremely small waist. Her V-taper looks really exaggerated because of that small waist, and her detail is exceptional. So I think that kind of took her over the edge. But to me, it was very close between Melissa and Antoinette. From behind, oh man, Antoinette's glutes look amazing. I love the cut of her suit. I think it's nice and teeny tiny, so it shows off so much of that roundness in here. I think Melissa's suit could be even smaller. Honestly, I think it would show off even more of her glutes. I think her waist looks extremely small, and oh my gosh, the detail, but the 3D-ness, the fullness in these back muscles really looks sensational on Antoinette. I think she looked incredible. Okay, in terms of Olympia, Antoinette is qualified. Melissa was already qualified. Elizabeth has 3. Chelsea was qualified. And Diana's way up with 15. Okay, Pro Wellness. In first place, Renee. Second, Anne-Marie. Third, Letitia. Fourth, Joanne. And fifth, Amy. So Amy in fifth place looks fantastic. I love her conditioning. You see this line in her quad. It really shows off her hamstring. She's got beautiful detail here in her hip. She's got lovely obliques, really beautiful outlining in her delts. Like, I think her conditioning looks fantastic. I love the curves in her arms. She's got nice arm muscles to balance with those delts. She's got a beautiful curve to her back and a gorgeous size in her glutes. So I think overall her silhouette is amazing. The only thing I would definitely try to do even more of a vacuum, like really pull in and create tightness in the lower tummy here. I think that would make her stand out even more. But overall, I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. And I love the purple. There's a bit of purple I think I'm seeing and some sparkle in her eyeshadow, and she just looks beautiful. Okay, next is Joanne in fourth. Absolutely gorgeous suit. That's the first thing that caught my eye was this beautiful, rich royal color. She's got these teeny tiny delicate connector straps that they almost disappear. I think it looks really good. It really draws your eye to her upper body. I really notice the fullness and roundness in her delts. She's got beautiful round glutes, really nice size in her quads. I like this detail she has here with the conditioning in her back leg. Great oblique. I just feel like from a posing perspective, she could be a bit more exaggerated. Like she could be a little bit less to the front, maybe just be a tiny bit more, either more 45 or more even sideways with this front leg. She could exaggerate the puffed upness of her upper body, really open the shoulders, and just allow us to see that hourglass even more. But overall, I think she looks really beautiful. She's got great size, and it was a lovely fourth. Okay, Letitia in third. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. I love the yellow suit. Yellow is a hard color to carry, and she does it beautifully. It looks fantastic. She always has amazing size. Her hamstrings stand out. The roundness and fullness at the top of her glute stands out. But what gets me is her posing. I think she's really starting to kind of find a groove. She's a little bit more upright than she was, for example, at the Titans. And I think that is such a good move. It really shows off the hourglass shape when she's more upright. I would still bring this shoulder back if she could to try to line it up a little bit more with the glute. But overall, I think it's a really big improvement. She's looking super poised, super professional, just gorgeous. I would do a darker lip. Honestly, even with the yellow, I think she could get away with like a little bit more of a red tone rather than the nude, but she looks beautiful. Oh, and you know what? Even a darker eyebrow, I think. Definitely a little bit more boldness in the makeup would totally be okay, even though she's got this bold suit. But man, she looks beautiful, great conditioning, love the detail coming down her leg, love her hamstrings. Okay, Anne-Marie in second place. Love it. I am so impressed with her glutes. It's like she has this extra groove right here. She's got like a lump of muscle in her hip and then so much roundness here in her glute. Like that's crazy. Beautiful conditioning. So you've got this line coming down. You've got a nice amount of detail showing off the hamstrings. Great obliques. Gorgeous size to her upper body. I think she looks really, really spectacular. And I like that she's showing a little bit more of her torso. She's not quite as sideways as she was at the Toronto Pro. So I think we see a little bit more of her physique. Her hourglass is really being shown off. The one thing I would do though is I would pull this shoulder more upwards and back so that the arm is not quite so close to the glute. Right now, I almost feel like her hand is pulling her shoulder down, and I would like to see it more open and broad. That's it. I think she looks amazing. Okay, Renee in first place. She is so gorgeous. She has such an elegant look. She looks classy. She looks sophisticated. The curls, the hair behind her ear, the color of her suit. She's elegant is the best word, I think. She is so beautiful. And her conditioning stands out. You've got crazy amount of detail coming through in her quads, showcasing the hamstring, showcasing this beautiful groove in her glute. Look at all the detail here in her back leg with that beautiful sweep to her quad. Her obliques look amazing. Her delts look fantastic. She's got that triangular shape. Gorgeous amount of muscle in her arms, just absolutely perfect balance. Her shoulders are a great proportion with the glutes. Her posing is beautiful. What more can I say? She's just amazing. Now, when I look at everybody side by side, Renee stands out. Her posing looks sensational. I also see Amy's posing. I think the level shoulders, the balance between the shoulder and the glute, the nice small waist, this curvy back. Renee really stands out just for how upright she is. And man, her conditioning, beautiful. I think Anne-Marie's glutes stand out for that amazing, exaggerated shape, really round. This was a really beautiful top 5. Just gorgeous. Now, from behind, Renee again stands out for a few reasons. Number one, she's got spectacular sweep on her quads. Number two, she's got a beautiful fullness and roundness here on the inside of her legs as well. She's got gorgeous conditioning showcasing that glute ham tie-in, showcasing the adductors. I think Letitia beside her definitely has some beautiful curves and beautiful lines as well, but she doesn't quite have the size and fullness up here in the glutes as Renee. Renee almost has like a shelf. It's so cool. What a great shape. I'm drawn to Letitia and Amy for how small their waists are, but I do see such a beautiful hourglass shape on Renee with a nice balance between her shoulders and the sides of her glutes. I think Joanne is pinching a little bit too much. I think she could definitely open up to really showcase that hourglass shape a bit more. And maybe I was thinking Amy could reduce some of the hair like here just to create a bit more of a triangular shape so that we can see more of her delts, because clearly she's got some amazing, beautiful definition coming through. So overall, really incredible. Okay, Olympia. Renee was already qualified. Anne-Marie has 11. Letitia has 11. Joanne has 2. And Amy has 1. Okay, guys, there are more contests to come. This weekend will be the last time to earn points to qualify for Olympia. So we are almost there. It's so exciting. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be back with those recaps as soon as I can. Give me a like if you like this video. Comment below with your thoughts and come find me. I'm at turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com and of course on Instagram at turquoisetoffee.